Let me check with Claude real quick. Let me ask. How's it going?
Hi. I don't think we're going to have enough chairs in here.
Behind the scenes,
That's all right.
everybody.
They can look at me for
Behind the scenes.
just a minute.
I think Rose will use it instead of taking the small saw out. I need a minute.
I have this.
I think we're all in there.
Oh, hold on. Your cameras are already on, right?
What do you
The
mean?
microphones.
Yeah, you want to use them?
Yeah. Let's just use yours.
Yeah, mine are good. I think I. No, you have to go like mess in like the app of Rode, and then you can like turn it on. But I don't know how to do
Oh.
that. I just remember that it was a thing. Okay, here's the transmitter.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Good?
That's.
If I wear it this high, that'll be okay? Okay.
Hello, Mr. Harker. Hello, Mr. Hassan. How are you, sir? Oh, American Wave has been. I'm sorry, I never know whose name it's I never reach him. I'm trying.
Hi. Hi.
Have you met my new activity assistant?
Hi, Chase Cone.
I'm Melissa.
Melissa, nice to meet you.
You too.
No, he's gonna dial in.
Freddie, is that fan on back there? Okay. Hi. How you doing? Does that help? Can you guys feel any of that a little bit?
So far, Western Hills is the only ones that have their camera on.
So this is what's getting sent out. So when you're doing your PowerPoint, this will show up in the bottom right.
Okay. Can we, for the time being, just have the Caring Place show to everyone? Okay. Andy,
Hey, what's going on? You think they're being fair? This Wemby thing is.
I didn't watch the game
Okay,
last
right.
night.
He grabbed Brunson by the back of the neck and threw him down, and they didn't call not even a foul.
I say let them both play.
That's a little much, though.
I say let them both play.
Yeah, we'll see. It was I don't know what's going to happen. They need this next one. They can't go back to San Antonio 2-2. That would be
Yeah, I thought the finals are 2-3-2. Or is
I
it
thought they were 2-2, 1-1-1.
Okay, maybe.
I thought that's what it was.
I was okay. Maybe it's like baseball or one of the other sports. I agree. The Knicks need to win this game.
Yeah.
Although, do you remember? Was it? I'm really going back. Was it the year the Mavs were favorites to win it all against the Heat? This was not the LeBron Heat. And the Heat went up 2-0, and then the Mavs won 4 games in a row.
Remember that with Dirk Nowitzki?
Yeah.
That's when they won it all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So whatever, the Heat won the first 2 games, and everyone was like, the Heat are gonna sweep, and then the Mavs went out and just
man.
like.
You're making me scared with that. I don't know. I hope that's
I mean,
not happening.
I don't see the Spurs as the overwhelming favorite. I see this as actually a really good series.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, for sure. It is. It could have gone either way. They got lucky in game 2. Wembanyama, he had that turnover.
Yeah.
That was costly. So I mean, if not for that, they could have. And he lost a shot at the end of the game.
I mean, it'd be amazing if San Antonio wins 6 NBA championships.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a, like you've got the Celtics and the Lakers, and then you're talking about like San Antonio and the Bulls, right? As like the
Pretty much,
next tier.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I hope that doesn't happen.
The Knicks don't have a lot of NBA.
They 72-73, which was 53 years ago.
That was the Patrick Riley, Phil Jackson.
No, that was
Willis Reed.
Yeah, Willis Reed and.
No, I think that Pat Riley and Phil Jackson were on that team too. Bill
Oh,
Bradley.
okay. Phil Jackson definitely was. Yeah, and Bill Bradley.
Pat Riley was too.
Pat Riley, really?
Yeah.
I don't remember him on the team like that in that era.
Yeah.
All right, I got to look into that. That's interesting.
I'll be rooting for the Knicks.
All right, thanks.
Man, there's like $50 bills under each of these 3 seats for anyone who sits here.
Am I eligible? Cool.
No, you're not.
Right. Darn it. Good.
Bless you. Whatever time they tell you, add like a month. Well, why aren't you giving a tour too?
Well, there might be one. Use your radio just in case.
him a couple
actually,
times.
I've been really angry at him because he's fucking lazy and won't go get a job. And I'm like, if you don't have a job by this day, I keep punishing him by moving his curfew earlier and earlier.
Oh,
And I'm
really?
like, the only way you can get it later is if you show me your first paycheck. I said, I'm about to tell you, like, your only choice is to go to the lodge.
Why doesn't he want to come? He didn't like it?
No, he wants a job where he doesn't have to work and he
yeah.
can get paid because some of his friends have jobs. You know,
Okay.
like some of those places have jobs, like, but he like waited too long. And,
I don't know if those jobs exist. Huh?
I know.
If they do, let me know.
The clock's telling us something, right? Are we good with all the buildings, Scott?
Talk maybe next to the right. Highlight my name.
Thank you guys all for being early, which is some people's definition of on time. I won't say who, but it's many people's definition of on time. We read all buildings? Sanctuary Point? Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. It's great to see those of you in person and those of you virtually. I had a chance to look at the screens before, but Scott's got us all high-teched out, so I'm not worried, and I even have a clicker, so let's see if I can make this work. So I'm going to try a little bit of a different format today. I'll give you a quick rundown on the agenda. I want to talk about our team member engagement survey and some of the results and some of the things that I think we're doing. I'm going to review our core values and our fundamentals because that gets to the heart of our why. Why are we here? Why do we do things? How do we do things? And I think that I have heard feedback that there's still not clear direction, especially as we have tried to marry the core values and the fundamentals. Then we're going to look at our scorecard for a couple of minutes. We're going to look at our CMS 5-star compare. And then I have a couple of stories to share with you. So I think this is the third all staff remark that I've done traveling. So I think I've been to Glendale and I've been to Sanctuary Point, and now I'm here at the Lodge Retirement Community. It's great to see everyone who came in. It's summertime in case you guys didn't know. Okay, I'm going to start. This is my first slide. People, culture, performance, outcomes, kind of how I look at the business. Notice the first word, people. People translate to outcomes by focusing on our culture, by focusing on our performance. This is performance. We did our first team member satisfaction survey in November of 2024. At the time, 29% of about 860 people responded. So not 860 people responded, 29% of 860. In March of this year, that number went up to 55%. Not quite, but really close to doubling our response. So first, what I want to tell everyone is, those of you that took the time to fill out the survey, thank you. I happen to be standing in the facility that had the highest survey response. That's you guys in this room. So thank all of you. Your feedback is important. A few other pieces that I just want to touch on about the survey. So, you know, we follow the national benchmark for employee satisfaction. It's with a company called Gallup. They have 12 questions that they ask. And then we get to the heart of it, which is called the Net Promoter Score. How many of you go to the doctor and then get a text message asking you to complete a survey and rate them on a scale of 1 to 10, like would you recommend this to family and friends? All of you? Okay? That is the Net Promoter Score. Okay? And that score can range anywhere from -100 to +100. So you can see 0 is not bad. 0 is really like 50%. Okay? So a couple of things on our team member satisfaction. Our employee net promoter score, we were at 10 in November. We dropped down to 6. But I want to point out that we dropped from 10 to 6 by almost doubling our response rate. So the statisticians call that the hockey stick or the check mark. You guys know what check mark. You know, it goes down before it goes up. So our hope is that we continue to see better results. Our manager net promoter score, which basically asked you about recommending your manager, went from 27 to 25. In my mind, those two scores are negligible results. So the importance of the survey, because I think some of you have asked, like, why are we doing the survey? To give you guys a voice, to have, and I'm reporting back because we want transparency in action. We want to encourage the development in our buildings. What can we do to make this a better place? We want to understand, I think it's on this slide. We want to understand the team member experience. We want to drive organizational action. We want to build trust and engagement. But there's a point, and it's that first bullet point that I really want to hone in on, because I've heard this feedback a lot, okay? And I'm going to look all of you in the eye. I'm going to look the camera in the eye, and it's your choice who to believe. The survey is 100% anonymous. We don't know who's responding. Now, there's a comment section, and if you say something to your administrator or HR, and you say something specific, and then you write that specific thing, they might know that that's your voice and your feedback, but that's really not the point. We can't get better if you don't complete the survey. So you can believe or not believe that the survey is anonymous, but I'm spending an extra minute to really accentuate the point that this survey is anonymous. I do not know anyone's results, and I don't really believe that when we share the results with the administrator and HR in the facilities, that they know those results, okay? Good organizations want to get better. Good organizations open themselves up to feedback from their staff. And we can't do everything. In a second, I'm going to talk about some of the things that we have done and how it affects you so that you know that we're listening. But I can tell you, if we got 450 people responding to the survey, we can't make 450 changes. My goal is, and I happen to be standing here at the Lodge Retirement Community, and I'm looking at Sean, and I'm looking at Christina. What are they taking back to their team? What's one thing that they can change in the next 90 days after the survey? And if we build one thing after another, and you guys see that we gave feedback, they took it, they did something, that builds trust, that builds engagement, and that changes the nature of the workplace and your experience in the workplace, and that's the goal. I want to share with you a couple things that we've done. So during the first survey back in November, team members were not receiving feedback from their direct leaders consistently. In March, after we rolled out one-to-one conversations between direct leaders and individual team members, 66% of you responded that you're receiving consistent feedback. I look at 66% and say, that's a start. And we can do better, and we're going to do better. Communication was another theme that came up in Q1. You told us that you're looking for more and better understanding of our why, as well as updates to policies, upcoming activities, events, etc. And I want to point out Oak Creek Terrace, because at Oak Creek, they're pioneering something that we're trying to use at all the facilities, and that is a TV in the break room using a software program that updates with different changes. Open enrollment is coming. Strickers Grove is coming. Different things that are happening in the facility this week that we want you guys participating in. And I know that we're in the process of putting that in all of the lunchroom or break rooms in all the facilities. Something simple that we can communicate with you and update on a daily basis. Also, something to look forward to. In Q4, we are actually migrating to a new HR software that is actually partnered with a new payroll company. So in Q4, we will be changing payroll company. We will be changing to a company called Paylocity. So I have a couple of asks of you. For starters, be patient. We are trying to make this as least disruptive as possible. And I'm going to tell you it's not going to be perfect because nothing ever is, okay? We want to minimize disruptions, so I'm asking you to be patient. But why are we moving to a single platform? Because we think we can streamline communication to all of you. And that's what we want. We don't want communication coming in bits and pieces. Since COVID, we've been using One Call Now. It's okay. We use Smart Links for text messaging. It's somewhat limited. There's going to be a portal that each of you will be able to log in that will be uniquely yours. But it's going to give you access to the same consistent information that's going out to everyone. Also, as an aside, because I'm sure when you hear payroll changes, we are still continuing with daily pay or the daily pay option, because I saw a number of you thinking that question. Another piece of feedback that I thought was really important, as always, appreciation was mentioned again as something that we can improve. So we're trying something new this year. On July 5th, we've invited all of you and your family members to the Caring Place Family Fun Day at Strickers Grove, which is in, where? Harrison?
That is that technically, yes, Harrison.
Out in Harrison. Each team member gets one ticket. I know we charge a nominal fee if you want to bring family members. It's all the rides, all the food, all the drinks are included. I think last I heard last week, I think we had 360 people signed up. So if you're interested, please speak with HR in your facilities. The last thing that I wanted to talk, not the last thing that I wanted to talk about today, but the last thing that I think relates to team member engagement that I want to talk about is the Caring Way bucks, which are being used in all facilities. So Caring Way bucks are little pieces of paper, dollars you can earn. You can earn them by being recognized by your peers, by residents, by family members, by attending facility in-service meetings. Basically, go do good things. Go be exceptional in your job, earn Caring Way bucks. Then you can use them to buy back attendance points, to buy swag, uniforms. What do we have? We have shirts, T-shirts, hats as I look out, etc. And in some cases, some of the buildings, they're using them in their gift shop. I don't know if you are or not, just saying. So I wanted to talk about the Caring Way bucks. They're an incentive that they're being used at all facilities. So I want to take a couple of minutes now to transition away from our team member satisfaction survey. Before I do, today is June 9th. Next Monday, June 15th, our second quarter team member satisfaction survey is going out. I could easily have come in here and not brought up the team member sat. We could send it out and we could not talk about it. But I could tell you for the third quarter in a row, I've come in to talk about it because I want you to know that we're listening and we are trying to do things. It may not be as fast as you want it, but you know, this company is like steering the Titanic and you can't turn it quickly. And I'm also gonna push our administrators and our HR managers in each facility. They each get different feedback based on the surveys in their buildings, and they have to work through that feedback to decide what their priorities are. My expectation is they're doing that. They're the ones that can impact the change. But I also think if your facility has a CareFetti committee, you should get on it because you can impact the change for your team members and your peers by being a part of that. I aspire to say that we are a great company. And that to me means that we are a great workplace. We're a place that people want to come to work. Because if we're a great workplace, then our residents are all going to say they get good care. There's no question about that in my mind. So I'm going to spend a couple of minutes talking about our core values and our fundamentals because I've heard that there's still some questions about them. in July of 2021, we rolled out 12 fundamentals called our Caring Way. Those fundamentals were meant to be the behaviors that we should be practicing every day in our facility. Things like make quality personal, be vigilant about safety, treat each other like family, and celebrate success. Those are behaviors. How do we celebrate that every day? This morning I was in a meeting with the leadership team in this facility, and the very first thing we did in the meeting was we talked about what are our wins from the last week. We had some residents who were struggling to overcome some physical challenges, and they did that. Those are wins. That is success. In your jobs, each of you have successes every week in your departments, between your departments. Those are wins. When we started down the track of EOS, which I've talked about in the past, we talked about some core values. Those are high-level beliefs. What do we believe in? Okay? We believe in being relentless about improvement. We believe in improvement. We believe in fanatical about quality. We believe in caring collaboration. We believe in ownership. And no one's going to help me out here, huh? I said fanatical about quality, relentless about improvement, caring collaboration, ownership. I'm really nervous. You guys are making me nervous. And you're not helping me. Okay, well, so our high level beliefs, okay? Our fundamentals, those behaviors support those beliefs. And I want to show you how we've tried to do that in the following screens, okay? So fanatical about quality. These fundamentals, making quality personal. I'm going to pick on Greg Sander. I always say the work is personal, but you don't take it personally, okay? Make it personal, don't take it personal, okay? We want to make quality personal by demonstrating a passion for excellence and take pride in the quality of everything we touch and do, have a healthy dislike for mediocrity, good is not good enough. Ask yourself, is this my best work? And we want to be vigilant about safety. I'm actually not going to read these to you because I've been to enough in-services. When people read the slides, that's so boring. But I want you to see, these are the fundamentals that I believe support fanatical about quality. With unwavering compassion, I can't believe Tiffany, you let me down. You were supposed to give me some signs. Compassion. Take care of yourself. Some self-compassion. We all have things happening in our lives, both at work and personally, okay? You have to know when to take care of yourself so that when you show up at work and you show up at home, you can be your best. And treat each other like family, okay? Again, how do we show that compassion towards others? Because when someone shows up and is having a bad day and you look at their behavior and are like, why are they behaving like this? Instead of thinking that they're a jerk, maybe they have something going on. When you practice unwavering compassion and you learn to treat them like family, you learn to be more understanding. Relentless about improvement. We fix problems at the source. We coach people to perform at their best, and we deliver results. That is how we are relentless about improvement. Caring collaboration. You know, I think I say this every time I come in for a talk. When my dad first went to work, my grandmother, his mother-in-law, said to him, see all these people out here? If you could do their jobs, you wouldn't need them, but you can't, so you do. And whether you work in the dietary department, the nursing department, the housekeeping department, or maintenance, you can't do everything yourself, which is why we have all these different departments, and which is why we have 900 team members across all of our facilities. Because we need people with different specializations doing everything, and housekeeping works with nursing, who works with dietary, who works with activities, who works with maintenance. It's not one department over the other, it's all together. Caring collaboration. Be positive and bring it every day. Again, how you show up and how you think about things is how things will be. So if you think that you have a gray cloud following you, guess what? I guarantee you that gray cloud will follow you. But if you think if you have a sunny disposition, it shows and people see it and you'll feel it. Lastly, celebrate success. I talked about that earlier. That's wins that we have every single day. Ownership. We talk about doing the right thing always and finding a way. What would you do if you woke up tomorrow and this was your business? Would you do your job differently if this was your business? You should start thinking like it is, because that makes all the difference in the world. You're going to pick up the trash on the ground instead of walking by it. You're going to take an extra 2 minutes to talk with a coworker or a resident, because it's just 2 minutes, but you're going to make that person's day. So our fundamentals are behaviors, our core values are beliefs. Our behaviors support our beliefs every day. I'm seeing some head shake. I hope that that becomes more clear. And all together, it's why we do what we do. Caring for and about people. And this is how we do it. Let's jump to our scorecard. Okay? We have metrics. They're getting cut off a little bit. I'm sorry. Under census, we have average daily census, Medicare and managed care census, admissions. You could see our goals of 93%. You could see where we're in the green, where we're in the red, and you could see how close we are. Excuse me. Rehospitalization, transfers out to hospital. This is a big one we've made progress on. Our goal is 10. We're at 9.17. Then we look at our labor. Hours per patient day, overtime hours, agency hours, days with less than 8 hours of RN, 90-day retention, and open nursing positions. Okay, you can see our PPD, we're in the green. Our overtime hours were slightly over. Our agency hours, that 19.58 is a 13-week trailing average, but guess what? We're on our, I think, 6th or 7th week with no agency in the company. All the people that work at Caring Place are employed by Caring Place, something is incredibly important to me and I'm very proud of. Our days with less than 8 hours of RN, 0.09 is negligible. That's CMS 5-star metric that we're tracking. 90-day retention, you can see how close we are to 80%. And I'm going to tell you, we have some buildings that are much higher, we have some buildings that are lower, and at a 13-week trailing average, it's very sensitive to, like, maybe we let 3 people go last week, and that's going to really have an impact. And lastly, our open nursing positions. Okay, when we first started tracking this, I think we were in the 50s or 60s. We're now down into the high 30s. You know, we're going to get below 18, but it's going to be a process for us. But overall, we're seeing more green show up on our scorecard. We're making improvements. As far as I'm concerned, these two are also green, so we end up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, this one's almost green. So we're this close to having more green than we are red on our scorecard. Something that I think we should be very proud of. On the nursing facility side, CMS gives us a 5-star rating. They look at our survey history, they look at our staffing, they look at our quality metrics, and then they come up with an overall score. This screen makes me incredibly proud. I have an expectation that we're going to maintain a rating of 4-star overall and 5-star for quality measures. Unfortunately, Oak Creek just recently dropped down on their quality measures, but I know how hard they're working to get their 5-star back up. Every facility is at least 4-star, and I want to take a second to give a shout out to Sanctuary Point. Less than 2 years ago, their overall rating was 2 stars. Less than 24 months ago, and now they're 5-star. They've worked incredibly hard. They've had good survey outcomes. They've worked on their staffing. They've worked on their quality measures, and I just want to give a big congratulations to them. The other thing that I didn't make a slide for that I also want to announce is last year, all 5 of our 6 facilities, applied for the American Healthcare Association Bronze Award. The Lodge Retirement Community got it, Western Hills got it, Oak Creek got it, and Glendale Place got it. So this year, Sanctuary Point and Lodge Nursing applied, and we just received notice a couple weeks ago. They are also bronze award winners for quality for American Healthcare Association. That bronze award is an indication of our commitment to quality. So every one of our facilities is a bronze award winner. That's something that I'm very proud of. So last time I tried a few stories with some videos. I'm going to do it a little bit differently this time. I have two stories about people that I want to share, and I think the stories really capture a lot about our core values, our fundamentals, and these individuals' commitment to the organization. I got these stories from our administrators. I've asked the administrators to collect these stories so that we can tell them and highlight different people. This is Ashley Greer. Ashley is a nurse aide and now a certified medication aide at Lodge Nursing and Rehab Center. These are actually some of her own words that I want to read, okay? When I first started at Caring Place, I struggled with attendance, being on times, and call-offs. During that period, I was dealing with the loss of my brother, which had a significant impact on my life. Because of those challenges, I came very close to losing my job. Since then, I've spent a lot of time working on my personal growth, and I feel that I have made tremendous progress while working here. I've become more reliable, focused, and committed to my responsibilities. My personal life is much more stable now, which allows me to give my full attention and energy to the residents in my care. I started at the Lodge in June of 2024, and in March of this year, I attended and successfully completed the Certified Medication Aide class. I'm now preparing to step into a full-time Certified Medication Aide position on the floor. Honestly, I never imagined I would reach this point or accomplish something like this. Caring Place has given me a second chance and support I needed to grow both personally and professionally. I'm grateful for the opportunity I've been given and proud of how far I have come. Most importantly, I genuinely enjoy where I work and the people I work with. I honestly do not know if I've ever been able to say that about any other place I have worked, and that means a lot to me. When I read that story about Ashley, I was really touched and moved. I think, in her own words, she talks about ownership. My attendance was bad. She talks about improvement. She turned that around. She decided to go become a certified medication aide. She's committed to quality. These are the kind of people that we want to highlight in our company, and I think that there's not just one or two of them. I think that there's hundreds of them. And I think that that's Ashley's story. My question is, what's your story? This is Kayla Beckridge. Sorry, Kayla, if I mispronounced your name. Kayla works at Western Hills Retirement Village. I'm not going to tell you what she does yet because it kind of comes across in her story. At Western Hills Retirement Village, some team members make an impact not only through their work, but through their attitude, energy, and dedication they bring into the building every single day. Kayla is one of those people. Approaching 2 years with Western Hills this June, Kayla has made a lasting impression on residents, staff, and leadership alike through her willingness to step up wherever she is needed. She originally joined the team in the activities department, where she became known for her organization, creativity, and ability to improve processes in ways that positively impacted residents and team operations. Leadership consistently described Kayla as someone who goes above and beyond without hesitation, whether picking up extra shifts, helping in areas outside of her role, or supporting teammates during challenging moments. She brings a spirit of teamwork and positivity that reflects the heart of Western Hills and Caring Place core values of caring, collaboration, and ownership. One example that especially stood out to the team was Kayla's dedication during the holiday season. 9 months pregnant, she continued helping with Thanksgiving dinners, showing an extraordinary level of commitment to both the residents and her coworkers. Her willingness to serve others, even during such a demanding personal season of life, demonstrated the type of selflessness and dependability that cannot be taught. Kayla also embodies relentless about improvement. Despite having no prior experience in medical records, she pursued the opportunity because she wanted a new challenge and an opportunity to grow. Since transitioning into the department, she's exceeded expectations and become an incredible asset to the team through her adaptability, work ethic, and eagerness to learn. Beyond her accomplishments, what truly makes Kayla special is the positive energy she brings to the people around her. Western Hills is proud to recognize Kayla for her dedication, growth, and the countless ways she helps to strengthen their community every day. Again, that really talked about relentless about improvement, ownership, caring collaboration. These are the stories of people who work in our company, who personify these core values, who practice these behaviors every day, and that's how we change our organization and continue to make it better. About half an hour. I guess I will open the floor up to questions. Oh, look at that, right when the bell rings. Scott, are there any questions on the screen?
I'm not hearing anybody.
Questions? Yes, sir.
Usually through your statistics and stuff there, talking about agency hours, what are those?
That's a good question. So agency hours are not something we use here at the lodge. In the nursing and rehab center, we don't use them at all anymore. It's basically an outside nursing service who provides temporary staff.
Sanctuary has a question.
Okay?
Can you unmute yourself? Yes, ma'am. Holly unmute. Maybe she didn't. That's fine with that.
Holly's at the lodge, or
Lunch, yeah. No, it's lunch. That's all I am doing.
well, it's June, so July, August. Until September, I'll be coming to a building near you, Western Hills, Oak Creek, or I think I did Glendale. I did. Did I do the lodge? Oh, okay. So I didn't do lodge nursing yet. Oh, okay. Well, maybe I'll be coming to the lodge nursing near you soon. Thank you, guys. Have a great day.